Alright, good morning. Today, since we skipped foundation application yesterday, I'm just gonna show you guys how I typically apply my foundation. My contact, okay. So I always go in with some like aloe rose water, some hyaluronic acid, and then usually some Embryolisse to have like a nice foundation of moisture underneath. So that this does is kind of goes into any of those dry areas and kind of make sure that they, especially with the hyaluronic acid and the Embryolisse, kind of equally moisturizes everything. This also ensures that your foundation will go on more evenly if this contact doesn't behave. You're not using as much product, which is always nice. Clearly did not get all the mascara off my face last night. So let's see. One thing I noticed yesterday, and hopefully by now you've watched my first part on color theory. I noticed yesterday when I was doing my makeup in this tutorial that my foundation was a little orange for me. And this time of the year, it always gets a little difficult for me to kind of match as easily or as quickly. I have to slow down a little bit to match a little better because I do get a lot more yellow pigment in my skin. Not pigment, but it's like a lot of that red and those tanner tones kind of fade out because I'm not in the sun nearly as much as I am during the summertime. So, I mean, I mix up my foundation on a pretty near basis, so I guess staying in this weekend. So yeah, I mix in my makeup every morning. Well, no, like I said, every 3 or 4 days. Out of my Kryolan palette, my personal one. I also keep several for clients. And then I like to go in with a flat brush, and I usually start around my eyes because that's usually where the kind of heaviest discoloration is. And I just touch it in there. This already looks like this is going to be a better match than it was yesterday. I feel a fiber. Oh, they're just sticking out. Okay, nice. So, I have my lights on a timer to remind myself to get going in the morning. So, yeah, 5 minutes to 7, that tracks. So this is already looking better. Typically when I'm looking to match my skin or anybody else's, I'm kind of taking the composite between my forehead, my nose, and kind of down here, jaw through neck. And so like while yesterday's kind of matched up here and here, by the time it got down here it was real orangey looking. I mean, not really, it's not the worst I've ever seen. It went with it. But if you go back and look at yesterday's tutorial or my last one that I posted, you can see it, and that's what we're talking about, more color theory and really training your eye to see those differences. So I'm gonna go in on the other side here and start. And see, this is the reason why I love Kryolan. Like you can see where all that color disappeared, and now it's slowly disappearing on this side as well. So this is why this is my go-to product for myself and my clients. It's super versatile, super pigmented, and looks very natural once it's on the skin, depending on how you apply it. You do have to thin it out with a makeup thinner, but all right, I'm just going to grab a little bit more. And the main thing is I do this. This is a personal choice. This is not for everybody. I like the clean line that I get when I go and do my makeup, my lips later. So I kind of take out that extra color. And then I'll bring just a little bit down through here. And I'm going to touch this area where my goat hairs come in. My witchy hairs, whatever you want to call them. Kind of make sure I neutralize that a little bit. But other than that, for the rest of my face, I go in with a bigger, fluffier synthetic brush. And You probably recognize it if you saw yesterday's tutorial for my blush, because in the mornings I just keep it real simple. So I go in with that bigger, fluffier brush, and I kind of just dab, swirl, buff my way to great skin. And so I don't like it as thick towards this portion. First of all, you can still see some of my natural red through here. I'm gonna put more red through here anyway. There's no need for me to completely cover up all of that natural red. It doesn't make sense. So I just kind of try to work with that natural skin coloration as it is, since we're gonna be adding it right back in that area. The other thing is I like my skin to look natural. I don't like it to look like I necessarily have a mask on, which is why color matching is so important. Because if I don't, I'm gonna want to carry it all down my neck. I don't have time for that every day, so I need to get a pretty good match going now. And then on my forehead, I just barely add anything at all. First of all, I have bangs, but second of all, it's like, you know, you have those those expression lines that'll come up. I don't want a thick layer of foundation and powder up there creasing throughout the day. So just dab it in there, kind of even it out. I mean, even then, right, if you think about it, if you're somebody who contours or still does like even the blush contour where you add a little here and here and your cheeks and, you know, like any form of, you still darken up this area anyway. So like, what's the point in completely blocking that out? Okay. This looks pretty good. And then this is where I would go into, like I was talking about yesterday, my blush. And so again with the same brush, because, you know, I'm in a rush in the mornings, and it helps kind of keep that blush in check. Just take it and kind of angle it through here. I'm not going to redo yesterday's tutorial all over today. Again, I just wanted to go through those foundations with you, so that you'd have that in your arsenal. Okay, bye.